I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think RSI divergences is one of the things that most newbie traders, I'm gonna be honest, they just sleep on it. It's a lot of videos out there on it, but I don't really think, again, newbie traders realize how powerful this actually. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into the computer right now, and I am going to go over RSI divergences in full, and I'm gonna teach you guys how I actually use them right after this intro. All right, now we're deep inside of the computer screen and we're going to be looking at divergences in the market. Now, I was looking at a few different scenarios, that I could pull up for you guys. I first wanted to pull up some examples to show you guys a perfect example, I guess you could say, of what's not a divergence, but we're just going to go ahead and jump straight in and I'm going to show you guys examples of what I look for in the market. And when I see these things play out, I'm looking to definitely follow through and jump into a trade. So now for example purposes, we are going to be going ahead and using this Bitcoin chart. Now, currently we're on the 5 minute. I'm going to scan through here and try to definitely point out some examples. Now, it's actually quite easy for me here on the Bitcoin chart because this whole week we've been day trading Bitcoin and we've had two different times where we hit around the same exact price level. If we take a look up here, at the market, Bitcoin has been kind of coming up just a tad bit above 25,000 and just automatically getting smacked down. Now, we, from a long-term time frame, if we go out to like the daily, this has actually been a level that we've been looking at for some time, even back when I think we're at like 22,000. Because looking at the daily chart here, when we're doing our analysis of the market, just by coming back here and looking at the daily chart, even when this whole thing started at the bottom back when we were at 15, 16,000, we're already eyeing 25,000. So now here today and this whole week, actually, we've been hitting on this level. It took some time because this whole uptrend move started somewhere, let's see, it's actually been some time. Let's go back to the daily so we could actually take a look at that. It's actually been since early January, so pushing a little bit past a month and a half, we're finally at this level. Now, when we hit this level for the very first time, we see actually it just kind of nudged into that area just below 25,000 at around 24,940. So when we take a look at the RSI here, and I'm going to go ahead and put this disclaimer out there, for all the newbies and people looking at YouTube, what I have on my chart might actually be different than many different other YouTubers. And what I'm going to recommend, you could check out some of the previous videos on my channel where we do get dedicated into RSIs. I don't want to get too much into that on this video, but whatever works for you, I would definitely recommend you stick to and what you use. What you currently see in my trading view is what works for me. So going back to what I was referencing before, we get this top out level here and we get our red dot indicating that the up move could be done. We could be seeing a move to the down just a tad bit here. And as you can see, this money flow came all the way down and then we get this spike up to the upside and we actually create a higher high. But if we go ahead and we look at when the next red dot formed, we get this second hump here that actually did not come nowhere as near as this very first hump that we had. So if we go ahead and we draw it out, let me just take a look here. So we see money flow is actually coming down, but the price of Bitcoin is actually going higher. We got a higher high while money flow is actually coming down. That, my friends, is what you need to be looking for in the market when you're looking for divergences, because you want money flow to be going one way and the price to be going the opposite direction. For some reason, I see a lot of newbie traders out there, and they're doing like the complete opposite. Like, they'll look into the market and they will see, hey, you know what? Money flow is going up, price is going up. Hey, let me go ahead and jump into it, which to an extent, that's perfectly fine, but you want to actually wait for a retracement down to a certain level that makes sense with market structure for you to go ahead and get into that trade. So now, for trend reversals, and I made a video on this previously where I said that, hey, you know what? I don't really recommend trading against the trend, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. If you can find some kind of a divergence in the market, this would probably be the only time that I would say, hey, you know what? Even though we're in an uptrend, if you're looking for a short and you see a divergence in money flow, this would actually be the perfect time for you to look for some kind of trend reversal. And as we can actually see here in the charts, we really didn't get too much of a trend reversal. What we actually got was just a pullback and then a continuation. So if you're someone out there that's day trading, don't get me wrong. You can trade against the trend, even though we're in an uptrend. You go ahead and you take that short. I would really only recommend that you stay in that short for a very short period of time. While we were day trading this week, this is actually a setup that we took place on. So going ahead and looking at this divergence here, we get this higher high. So now we wait for market confirmations to come in that we're going to be going back down. So if you're sitting here looking at this setup, you can easily say you got into a short somewhere around 24/7-ish on Bitcoin, and you were able to ride this thing down and catch a $1,000 move very easy, which if we take a look at the risk to reward on that, let's say we got in actually, I'm sorry, I clicked for a long. We would have been taking a short in this example. Let's bring this down just a tad bit. And what's even great about this, you would have been able to really keep somewhat of a tight stop loss, and it would have been a very quick trade, because we're taking a look at this on the 30-minute time frame, which you would have actually been in this trade for a couple of hours, but it would have been a definite profitable one with a just about a 1 to 6 risk to reward. So it definitely would have been a profitable trade. And then what I want to definitely also point out to you guys here is that you took that short while we were in an uptrend. Now, taking a look at the 30-minute, what we actually got was a pullback. So you had the opportunity to go ahead and get out of that short, and then now go ahead and follow the trend that's really going on and get into a long position. If you wanted to see how the market played out a tad bit, I would have actually gotten into this trade a tad bit late, and we actually, I forget, I would have to go back to the exchange. I don't have it pulled up, but earlier today we did have a long, I think that we caught in this dip somewhere around 23.6. But if you get in here and you ride this thing back up to the $25,000 level, close your longs here, it's actually perfect. Now, I want to also do some digging in the charts, because that's an opportunity for you to take a short. I want to find the reverse of this example to show you guys as well. Now, we've actually went ahead and flipped to the 4-hour chart on Bitcoin, and this is an example here of, you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead and draw it in there. We do have money flow coming up, but from this green dot to this green dot, this hump to this hump, we have one lower low, and we came to create another one. So we see here, price stopped, had a wick down to about 21.4. Market came up, came back down lower to about $100 less, around 21.3. But money flow is coming up. So now When you see this divergence, this is a great opportunity as opposed to taking a short. You're going to be taking a long here, and take a look at what happened just from this 4 hour. And this happens on every time frame. You can look for these for you swing traders out there. You can look for these on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, and the daily. And for all my day traders out there, this same example, everything I just gave you guys, takes place on the short-term time frames as well. So for those of you that have TradingView out there, go back and back test. Take a look at how many times this happens, whether you're trading cryptocurrencies, Forex, stocks, whatever the case may be. But this opportunity just on the 4-hour chart actually sets you up for a great move. You could have got in on a long position at around 21.8 and rode this thing all the way up to that 25,000 level that we spoke about previously. So I don't want to really make this video too long. That goes ahead and sums up divergences on the RSI for you guys. And do me a favor, if you found value in this video, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you're watching me for the very first time, do definitely go ahead and get subscribed to the channel. Money Making Joey, I'm out of here, and I will see you guys in the next video.